Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming to hang out today. If you're new here, welcome. We are back today with my Hobonichi 2025 planner pick as well as my A6 Stalogy Notebook. So this is a follow-up video that I promised some of you guys that would come after the Hobonichi 2025 planner pick video that I already have up on my channel. A lot of you asked for a follow-up if the A6 Stalogy fits in this Moterm cover along with the Hobonichi planner, as well as how I am going to be using this notebook. Before we jump in, allow me to apologize for how I sound today. I had emergency dental surgery a couple of days ago, and then my oldest kiddo and I went shopping at Walmart and we brought home a head cold. But nevertheless, I promised this follow-up video and I don't break promises, so we are going to get through this together today. All right, so let's start really quick with my Hobonichi planner pick for 2025. I'm not going to go through this all again because, like I said, I already did that in a video up on my channel, but I did go with the A6 Hobonichi Techo Hon for 2025 this year. This is a very tiny, very compact planner, you guys, and I'm really excited for it. So this is going to be my commonplace book, my life book. It's also going to be my turning 40 life-changing, life-adjusting planner. So in that previous video, I talked about how 2025 is the year I turn 40, and I need a planner for all of the goals and dreams I'm going after before turning 40, and basically an entire overhaul of my life before turning 40. So I have two major initial issues that I have to overcome to be able to use this planner for 40 before 40. And that is one, sticking to a Hobonichi planner. It has been a planner that I have picked up in the form of the Weeks or the Cousin every year since I think 2021. I love the planner. I just fall off halfway through the year because it seems redundant. I tend to carry things over from other planners into my Hobonichi. It feels wasteful, it feels redundant, and I always drop off. One of my goals for turning 40 is to actually see one of these Hobonichi planners through to the end of the year. And also, I have a big problem with using any planner just for myself. I grab planners, notebooks, journals, all kinds of things that I think I am going to dedicate to my mental health, my well-being, my goals, my dreams, trackers, my habits, all of that stuff. And then I always sneak in things for my family, for homeschool, for our household, cleaning. I can never, ever stick to a planner just for myself, and I really need to do that for 2025. Because I did turn 39 in October, my 40 before 40 needs to begin immediately, and that is where the A6 Stalogy Notebook comes in. So first of all, a few of you asked me to follow up to let you know if the A6 Stalogy Notebook would fit in a Moterm with the Hobonichi planner. And you guys, it fits beautifully. I love it so much. It's so perfect. It's so compact. It's just the perfect little planner package. I absolutely love it. Love it so much. So it fits all the way to the furthest snap, but when it gets a little bit bulkier, I can move it out to this one, and we have some room to grow, some room to get real chunky in here. So I wanted to pick up this A6 Stalogy notebook for a couple of reasons. First of all, like I said, because I just turned 39 in October, I do have to begin my 40 before 40 right away. And since the Hobonichi doesn't start until January, I needed something that would go along with it as a great companion to get started in immediately. Another reason I wanted this Stalogy notebook is because I believe it's going to help me build some momentum to immediately jump into the Hobonichi in January, and maybe I won't fall off if I've already been months into familiarity with the size, with the layout, with the setup, all of those things, how I'm going to use it. I will be 2 months into this one, coming up with different ideas, experimenting with ways to use it, and working with this particular size for the first time. This may be a useful idea for some of you guys as well. If you want to try out a new planner layout or style, if you want to try a planner that's quite expensive and you're afraid to use it, like I have been with so many of them in the past, maybe grab a notebook, any type of notebook that's in the same size as your planner, and then build layouts and experiment with it and work your way up to the one that you will be starting in January. You could even do that before purchasing the planner itself to make sure that it's the right one for you. All planners have their dimensions listed, and you can generally get a pretty good idea of what the layout looks like just from photos online. So that might be something that is beneficial to you. So I want to share with you guys just what I've done so far in here. Not a whole lot. I do want to create an inside, maybe like washi cover for this notebook. I have done that particular setup in other Stalogy notebooks, in my writing notebook specifically, just strips of washi. Let me just show you. Here we go. So this is my Stalogy writing notebook. This theme, of course, is matched to my books, to my writing style. It's a little bit Halloween, a little bit spooky, creepy vibes. So I wouldn't go for something this style in my A6, but I definitely want to create some sort of washi layout with stickers or ephemera in that other one to get it set up. I'm still deciding what color theme and patterns I want to go for in here, but it's probably going to be something that is in different shades of brown and orange to match the Moterm and sort of just the overall vibe that I want to go with in this notebook. So I did go ahead and set up a November cover page as well as an inside cover page. Now, I'm not really happy with how this turned out. It's sort of a cluttered mess, but I did come home from the dentist from having teeth pulled, and I thought I would distract myself by sitting down at the table and creating a November cover page. I probably should have waited, but I don't know. Now that I have a head cold, it might even be a bigger mess, so I'm just gonna go with it. It's not terrible, it's not my favorite. And then over on this page, this is the initial layout that I tried. It's very easy to mimic the Hobonichi layout in the Stalogy notebooks. Very similar paper. It also has the grid boxes. So I went ahead and did the division line just with pencil. That is also seen in the Hobonichi layout. I did some check boxes up at the top. I'm not happy with those at all. Those are bigger than the ones in the Hobonichi, and I'm just not happy with it. So I'm going to try something different. But again, that's the whole point of initially starting with the Stalogy notebooks, so I can play around with it. What I'm going to try out for the first little while here in this notebook is my checklist of things that I absolutely have to do every single day to get well. I've talked about this before on my channel, but I got COVID really bad in 2021, and I haven't felt like myself since. I have felt so old and weak and just awful ever since, and I've tried so many things and nothing sticks. So I just need to do a complete overhaul of my life, and there's a little bit of my plan for that. I'm going to have the checklist always on every spread. It may change from day to day or week to week, but this is going to be a thing that sticks. Then in this side over here, separated by the line, I thought that I would maybe write out some evidence to completing the checklist or how it went for me, any number of things, just evidence to working on the checklist and working on my goals. Then in the blank space that's going to be left, I thought I would flip-flop around with this, just feel it out, leave it up to whatever I'm in the mood for. But I thought I could have journaling over here, maybe some like commonplace notes or ephemera, pictures, just anything at all, as long as I stick to focusing on my goals and my efforts and my self-care and mental well-being instead of trying to dedicate another planner to my home life and my family, which obviously I'm not against. I just have so many other planners that I'm already doing that in, and I just don't want to be duplicating a planner again in the Hobonichi because that's where I run into trouble every year and why I fall off of them. So for my next spread, I did use a Zig clean color dot marker. I got a little bit heavy-handed there toward the middle, but I decided to try a dot marker instead of the boxes and just check or X when I complete something. I'm still going to do the checklist with the evidence down the side. This, of course, is a little bit more filled in with the decorative, but I'm going to try out something for commonplace, maybe find a quote or something I've learned, something useful to go in these spaces here. Now, as you can see, I decided to not use this back page in the Stalogy Notebook. I know in the Hobonichi that the pages are side to side, but while I'm in this notebook, I think I'm just going to do the, I guess, the topmost page instead of using the back, just because this is going to be a little bit more difficult to write with having not very much in the front here. In the Hobonichi, you have a little bit more buildup because of the calendars and things like that that are in the front. I'm okay with it. And then once I'm gone through November and December exploring and experimenting and trying things out in the Stalogy, I'm just gonna stick to this as a journal or maybe like an entertainment log, like TV shows, movies, music, that sort of thing, because I don't really have a spot for that in the Hobonichi. Either way, I'm going to keep this Stalogy along with my Hobonichi and continue to use it as a journal or notes and make sure it gets filled up. Oh, another thing that I am going to do in this Stalogy before moving into my Hobonichi is try out a couple of the Hobonichi extra pages. So as I showed you guys in that last video, Hobonichi always comes with an abundance of back pages, pages for like your 100 things, your favorite things of the year, some blank pages to fill in, and then of course the monthly calendars up in the front. So I am going to duplicate, maybe not the 100 list, but I am going to duplicate some spreads in here. I'm also going to maybe do like a mind map or just an idea checklist of lots of different thoughts and ideas for how I could use the back pages in the Hobonichi and give them a try for a little while and then hopefully come up with a game plan. So again, I can hit the ground running in this one in January and not have to feel like I don't have any ideas or any layouts. And hopefully, again, that's something that will help me stick to this one. So for now, those are my plans for the Stalogy and the Hobonichi. If you guys want to see a November flip through in my Stalogy notebook, I would be more than happy to share that with you. If you want to see the layouts or the ideas that I come up with for the Hobonichi back pages, I would also be more than happy to share those with you guys as well. I will have links down in the description below for you guys to the Moterm, the Stalogy notebooks, as well as the Hobonichi planner and the accessories that I used in these initial spreads. But you guys, that's going to be it for this one. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I will see you in my next one. Tell your dog I said hi. Bye, guys.